your unchanged starting lineup from the Hougaard test, so hopefully good for continuity going into first match of the tour?
Yes, definitely. It's been 3 weeks since we last played, and the team's done well. So obviously want to keep some sort of continuity. The great thing is that a lot of these guys were available in our training camp as well. So it's always easier if you can pick more or less the same side. But by saying that, we know Saturday's been an unbelievable challenge. We've worked through the game plan and watched the Irish quite closely and their quality side. Not a lot of weaknesses there, and we know it's going to be a tough battle.
Heyneke, just a change on the bench with Coetzee and your plan at tight head over this tour, just developing that position, having lost Marcell, only having Jannie as the recognised tight head on the tour.
Yes, I really felt for myself in the mirror, and France, Maleva, they did really well coming in, and we've always been under pressure for not having a lot of depth. Suddenly there was 2 youngsters coming through, and Jannie has been a warrior for us playing every single game. He's got a good break now, but I've always rated Coetzee. To be fair to Coetzee, I still believe his best position is loose head, but he's only 24 years old, and we've got a lot of great loose heads in the country, so we need to develop and find tight heads. And unfortunately for Coetzee, he's really been struggling with his neck, and in a stage of his career, he's really struggled scrummaging as well, but he had a great break. And I'll be honest, I've never seen Coetzee train and be in such great shape since I've seen him the last week or two. He's in brilliant form, scrummaging wise, he's been brilliant, and I'm really looking forward. I think he's a superb impact player as well, and he showed in the past, when he started in these conditions against France, which is one of the best scrummaging sides, he did brilliant for us. So he had a good break from the game, and although it's our fourth tight head, I still believe he's up there with the best. Only 24 years, and he's going to develop in a great tight head. He also gives us the opportunity that he can play loose and tight. So very experienced player, and the reason I went for him before Julian Paul, probably more recognised tight head, but he's only been with us for 3 days because after the final it was only 3 days, and it's a lot of line-out calls to learn, a lot of moves to learn. So it will be unfair to just throw him straight in. But Coetzee's the obvious choice. He's really in good form. I'm looking forward to see how he can go.
Heyneke, do you think the training is enough though for Coetzee? I think you last played in June.
Yeah, obviously I would like him to play a few Currie Cup games. That wasn't possible, but John was, he played 3 coming back, but John was out for 10 weeks and he came back and did well, and a guy like Duane was out for 8 weeks at once and came back. So probably would like him to play more games, but the great thing about him is fitness-wise, I haven't seen him in this condition for quite some time. What he needs is scrum time and scrum fitness, and that will only come with games. So the idea is to bring him off the bench. He's a great impact player, and if something hopefully not happen or doesn't happen to Jannie, I still think he's good enough to go for 80 minutes. But I would have loved to have him play probably 1 or 2 more games.
He can really give you a different edge in the second half with his ball carries and his physical.
Definitely, we did defence yesterday, and he cut our defence a few times, so the defensive coach wasn't that happy. But I truly believe that there's a difference between a stand-in player or reserve and an impact. And if you look at the games, more or less being won in the last 10 minutes because there's not a lot of big difference between the top 8 sides in the world. So I always like to have impact players, and Skalk's proven what he can do from the bench. Bakkies I've never seen as an impact, but he's been brilliant coming from the bench for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So I truly believe the impact can make a huge difference, especially in the backs as well. To have a guy like JP Peterson, where he can go on 13 off or wing, it's a huge attribute. So we need impact players, and Coetzee is probably up there with the best I've ever coached as a pure impact.
Heyneke, is the development of your bench, the use of the bench this year very effective? Is that, you think, one of the biggest steps up that you've made, or the biggest?
Yes, definitely. I've always been known to put up the whole bench, even way back when I coach other teams, and I truly believe that's the difference. There's a lot of speculation that the guys that comes on sometimes not the right choices because it doesn't, the flow of the game has been disrupted and the continuity. But we've always found that the guys coming on has a huge impact for us. Send them on at the right time, and they know beforehand more or less when they're going to come on. So it's well planned. They've all been with the squad, all trained in. So we've got an unbelievable bench, and it is. I think it's a strategy that you have to use, and sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing a game. And we've been lucky in the past, so hopefully it will work for us Saturday as well.